Have a good evening. Good night.
This was your fault. You made a mistake. I need to report it.
You think that I might have almost killed a person?
What did you do, Sean?
The Good Doctor, all new tonight on ABC.
Right now at 6, blasted by a blizzard.
Whiteout conditions creating dangers for drivers.
And roughed up by the wind. Why even semi-truck drivers decided to play it safe.
Extremely hazardous. We're advising that you do not go out in these conditions.
But some did, and this was the result. Major pileups.
Plus, plenty of close calls. We have live team coverage of the storm,
including what you can expect tonight and why tomorrow morning could be pretty slick, too.
Live from 7 Burlington Station, this is Omaha's news leader, KETV News Watch 7 at 6.
Roads are so bad I couldn't even see times. I just had to give it up.
All these people just need to slow it down a little bit.
Best thing is just get off the road and let everybody be safe.
But plenty of people ignored those warnings.
New at 6, the pileups and problems the storm's creating for Nebraskans tonight. Now, the worst of the snow has moved out, but the wind, it's still howling. Good evening, I'm Rob McCartney.
And I'm Julie Cornell. We have everything you need to know about the storm and its aftermath.
Yeah, so far, no metro schools have canceled classes for tomorrow, but almost all evening activities for tonight are off. And travel across much of Nebraska is treacherous at best.
And we have a number of crews throughout the area giving you a good idea of what it's like right now.
Yeah, Camila Ortiz, she's north of the metro near Valley. That's where there's a battle for big rigs to stay on the road.
And then Sarah Feely is in Washington County, where at one point today, all travel came to a standstill. David Earle's tracking the latest power outages.
And Chief Meteorologist Bill Ramby has the latest snow totals, including what we can expect tonight. Our big story team coverage, though, begins with Michelle Bandour.
Well, she's live between Greenwood and Waverly, where the roads are an icy mess.
Julie and Rob, we have been driving around with photojournalist Tyler White here for hours this afternoon, and we can tell you the conditions are getting worse. It's windy. I'm having some gusts that are moving me around, and it's icy and dangerous. We stumbled across this semi, another semi that was jackknifed here. Tow truck just pulled this guy out of the ditch. Now, it doesn't matter, though, if you're on Interstate 80 or those county roads. The blowing snow, the dropping temps just mean these awful, slick, icy conditions. The Nebraska State Patrol shut down I-80 westbound from Waverly to Greenwood earlier this afternoon for about an hour. That's when a semi jackknifed, causing a chain reaction crash. 14 vehicles got caught up in that crash. One vehicle was even smoking. No one was hurt. One driver we spoke with says the wind is making the storm just tough to navigate.
Pretty pointless right now trying to scoop. I mean, we get a layer cleared off, and within a half hour, it's another inch already. Just from stuff blowing around. Like Highway 6 this morning was really crazy. I mean, it took me a half hour to get my kids from Greenwood to Waverly.
And he tells me that drive from, he takes it for his kids to school from Waverly to Greenwood about 5 minutes, but it is getting really bad out here. As we told you, it is getting windy, it's getting slick. We just spoke to this tow truck driver who got this semi out of the ditch, and he says it's pure ice. So everyone, just be careful out there. Back to you, Rob and Julie in the studio.
All right, Michelle, thanks. Now, there have been multiple accidents on I-80 in Lincoln and just west of there.
Right, this one near 27th Street earlier this afternoon, it involved 3 semis.
Yeah, Trooper Cook of the Nebraska State Patrol posted this photo. It's of his lieutenant's cruiser hit by a vehicle that lost control in Waverly. No one was hurt, but the trooper included the hashtag #MoveOver.
And then look what happened to this FedEx truck. This is near 97th and Blair High Road. The driver was actually at FDR, but his truck rolled down the hill, narrowly missing several cars before it hit the compressor room at ISO Disc. Incredibly, nobody was hurt.
Well, KETV News Watch 7's James Wilcox continues our team coverage now with an update on current road conditions in the metro. James.
Rob and Julie, crews are doing all they can to keep these roads clear, get them in good shape, but this is an ongoing effort. I can tell you right now, the city of Omaha has 300 plows out on the roads. That includes city plows as well as contractors. And then the Nebraska Department of Transportation has an additional 40 plows out on the roads all across the metro. Those crews are working on interstates, highways, as well as city streets. But this really is an ongoing effort. Despite their work, there are slick spots. You combine that with the blowing snow, it makes driving conditions even worse.
You got the majority that are good drivers, and you get people that have no boundaries. I think they can do whatever. But I mean, for the most part, there's been good drivers out there.
And here's what drivers are dealing with. It is this slush. This is coating many of the residential streets and side streets, but it's not just those streets. This is West Maple, and you're finding this slush on those more travel roads like that one as well. You combine that with the blowing snow, that low visibility that we're seeing because of the wind, it really makes for a very dangerous drive. We are live tonight at 147th and West Maple. James Wilcox, KETV News Watch 7.
All right, James, thanks. And the further out from the metro you get, the worse conditions get.
KETV News Watch 7, Sarah Feely spent her day in Washington County patrolling the roads out there. She's live with the latest conditions. Sarah.
All day in Washington County, we have seen nothing but whiteout conditions, and as the sun sets, the temperature is dropping, and that wind is causing the visibility to lessen even more. Strong winds whip power lines around in Washington County, causing the lights to flicker for many, and for some, no power at all.
We've had a couple of 5 power surges here today out at work. Electricity's went out.
That wind making for dangerous conditions for drivers.
The roads are pretty bad out there. Been lots of accidents all over. Some of the roads are whiteouts. People are in ditches having accidents.
Tow truck drivers busy pulling people out of ditches.
I've got 2 ride-alongs.
We rode along with Washington County Deputy Brian Lundgren as he surveyed county roads.
Outside of city limits where it's all open, where there's no trees really blocking anything, it's pretty bad whiteout conditions.
The road's so bad, many drivers, including us, forced to pull over. Lundgren saying there's no reason for drivers to be out.
You can hardly see the front end of the vehicle. You know, you just have to come to a complete stop, wait for that snow to blow past, or wait for something to kind of calm down a little bit.
The wind is still throwing around ice chunks. I'm not sure if you can see it here flying in front of my face, but deputies are urging you, especially with the visibility getting less and less, to stay home unless it's an emergency. Reporting live in Blair, Sarah Feely, KETV News Watch 7.
Sarah, get somewhere warm, Sarah. Well, the wind, as we said, creating lots of problems for truckers, blowing their big rigs all over the road.
And KETV News Watch 7's Camilla Ortiz live in Valley with their struggle to stay safe. Camilla.
Yeah, it's not surprising to see this long row of semis parked here at this Love's truck stop. Even drivers who have a final destination just a few miles away told me they'd rather wait it out here till morning than drive through this storm. West of the metro in the Elkhorn and Waterloo areas, visibility started to plummet around 11 a.m. Snow and high winds causing near whiteout conditions, stopping many semi-truck drivers in their tracks. Dozens waiting it out at this gas station east of Valley.
We're supposed to go to Fremont, but we said we're stopping short at Valley. We've seen too much activity on the road, people sliding off, people in real trouble.
Some drivers telling me that the wind was rocking their trailers back and forth, even just parked here in the lot. Stay safe out there tonight. Reporting live in Valley, Camilla Ortiz, KETV News Watch 7.
Okay, thank you, Camilla. One of the biggest surprises of the storm, the lack of snow in some areas. This video is from Underwood, Iowa. As you can see, there's barely anything sticking there.
Yeah, but contrast that to this. On Twitter, Joe sent us this video from Concord, Nebraska. It's just north of Wayne. Blizzard conditions making it hard to see anything. He says the drifts are as high as 20 inches right now. Storm is starting to wind down a little bit, but Chief Meteorologist Bill Ramey's tracking what's left and has the updated snow totals.
Right, he's live with the upfront forecast, so you can plan your evening.
Yeah, guys, if you can wait another half hour, possibly hour for the metro, I think that'll be most of it. You can shovel it all off. Otherwise, you can do it now, but there's a little more to come down. You can see West Omaha. This is the Methodist Women's Hospital camera. A little slower going on the West Dodge Expressway. Current temperature 31 degrees. Light snow being reported. There is live super Doppler severe radar. The darker blues are gone. That's the bulk of the moderate snow, but still light snow passing across Omaha for the next, as I mentioned, hour or so. Blizzard warning continues until 10 for much of northeast, east central Nebraska, and we have a winter weather advisory now until 10 for the metro. And those areas under the blizzard warning, you can see the wraparound snow diminishing somewhat. Here are some of the snowfall totals that we've seen. 14 in Norfolk. 10 in Columbus, maybe a bit more. A few reports of 6-7 inches out in the Millard areas, also Saunders County, even Valley 5.3. Look at the gradient. Not done yet. It's still snowing lightly in western Iowa. We'll get some 1 to 2 inch totals, Council Bluffs, Glenwood, but quickly to 4 to 6 in West Omaha and 6 to 12 plus farther west. There are the current temperatures now, 20s and 30s, and the winds gusting to 51 miles per hour in Omaha. Extremely rough for travel because of that blowing snow. The winter storm warning was until 6 o'clock for Omaha. The snow ends, breezy and cold weather for tomorrow, but still a few snow showers through 9. The bulk of it, though, done in Omaha by 7 or 7:30. Guys?
All right, thanks, Bill. More coverage of the conditions on the roads right now. There's a plea from the State Patrol.
Right. Troopers say that Interstate 80 in Sarpy County is an absolute mess. KETV Newswatch 7's David Earl is on the live desk with the new images. David.
Yeah, Julie, it's not really an exaggeration by state troopers. All of these images posted around 4:30 this afternoon. This car is down an embankment and left abandoned on the side of I-80 there in Sarpy County. Same story for this vehicle. Slid off the road and it's been there for quite some time. As you can see, the accumulating snow there on top of it. Even newer cars are no match for the winter weather. This sedan getting stuck as well. I do want to take you to Dodge County as well. This from deputies there. Highway 30 and County Road 6 closed right now. This jackknife semi is blocking both lanes. The picture from just before 5 p.m. We are tracking power outages as well tonight across the viewing area. The worst from OPPD. 6,100 customers right now are in the dark. The vast majority of those are centered west of Omaha in Washington, Saunders, and Dodge counties. We're tracking all of that information for you in the KETV mobile app and on KETV.com. Rob, Julie, back to you.
Okay, thanks, David. Well, many school districts, they made the call early this morning to cancel classes, but not the University of Nebraska, Omaha.
Yeah, KETV News Watch 7's Chin Doan continues our team coverage from UNO and their wait-and-see approach.
UNO looking like UN snow.
I was hoping for classes to be canceled. I kept checking my email. I woke up, in the early morning and checked it and still didn't see anything. And then on Twitter, they posted and said that the campus was going to be going. I'm like, well, darn it.
Alyssa Smith says half of her class skipped Monday due to the weather. Carrie Learman left her house 45 minutes early.
And then you get here and you're like, oh, wow, so many people didn't come to school today. Like, should I actually be here? Is it safe?
UNO announced before noon that campus would close after 2. Staff didn't explain why, telling KTV Monday's decisions were made at the recommendations of the Weather Emergency Committee.
And maybe it's be difficult to go to the class. It's my opinion. So it's the right decision.
As plows clear campus, some, like these international students new to snow, were waiting for their ride inside.
I like it actually, but